What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. You guys be asking for it. Here I am, one of your last Tech Tuesdays. Hold on a second. We got phones ringing over here. Grab the purse. There it is. We got phones ringing. We got stuff going on. We hungry. We out here. So me and Chris come to jump to you tonight from jumpstartitacademy.com. And so I'm going to go ahead and thank our sponsor before we kick off, Chris. We got a sponsor. Did you know that? We got sponsor. Before we kick off. Also, do you have headset? I think I got a little feedback.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's all good. Let me see if I pull it up. And everybody drop your city and state in the chat. We want to thank our sponsor.
In an IT role, most likely you're going to have some type of education. That education can come from degrees or even certifications. Speaking of certifications, over at itmagic.com, our Zero to Hero bundle is still enrolling, helping people get 7 certifications. 3 of the certifications being some of the most popular certifications in the industry. So if you're looking for some training online, got vouchers, hundreds of damn testimonials, helped out a bunch of people, head over to itmagic.com.
That right there was our sponsor, masteриtkey.com. So listen, you guys, I have been committed for 2 years now, Chris? We've been talking on here for 2-3 years, feel like 22, right? About the power of tech, the power of new income, new jobs. Listen, Chris, introduce yourself.
All right. I am Chris, and I'm coming to you from jumpstartitacademy.com. Jumpstart IT Academy, what we do is we help new entrants into the tech industry get acclimated into the tech industry. There's a lot of opportunity in the tech industry, and I am here basically as a gatekeeper, and I'm letting as many people in as want to get in there. There's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of legacies that can be made. And there's a lot of excitement that you can have in an IT career because of the opportunity. And I created Jumpstart IT Academy because I saw that there was a gap in the marketplace between the new entrants and the opportunities that were there, and the new entrants really don't know how to get in the tech industry. So I created Jumpstart IT Academy because it gives you that jumpstart. And our goal is to create tomorrow's IT leaders or tech leaders today. And that's what we do.
I love it. I love it. So, Chris, you already know what I'm about to ask you. Are you coming to Afro Tech November 13th through 17th in Austin, Texas? Is relocated from its California home to here to Austin.
I have got to put that on my calendar.
Stop playing with me, man. Nah. You got to come. Listen, they're going to have good music. They're going to have lots of recruiters. They're going to have a good time. They ought to be able to invite you to speak, but we're going to see how we're going to get in our foot in the door, get our speaking.
That would be great.
I know. I'm trying to set it up. So, there's been some shakiness in the market. Everybody's like, oh my God, tech is laying off. What do we do? Do you have your headphones on, Chris? I got feedback.
Are you getting feedback?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay,
a little bit of headphones, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay.
No worries. And so people are like, oh, they're laying off in tech. Maybe I shouldn't join tech. And I'm like, everybody I know is hiring. I went on Indeed the other day. It said job posted 3 days ago. All kind of tech jobs. So I don't know where or why people let the mainstream news tell them something, from one of our most accomplished favorite people. He said, fake news. Okay, fake news. So I got an article here called Everything is Bigger in Texas, including the job market. You're with us, Chris?
I can see it. Yes.
Okay, good. It said the Lone Star State is seeing a tech boom, especially in the capital of Austin. CompTIA, which is your friend, right? Isn't that your friend?
That's true.
CompTIA's Tech Town Index recently ranked the city as the best place for tech jobs in the United States, 3rd year in a row. Major companies like Google, Amazon, Oracle are beefing up their Austin offices. Tech professionals are finding relatively affordable real estate, keyword there, relatively, a fun culture, and plenty of opportunities. There are more than 6,000 open tech jobs listed on Built in Austin job page. And it seems these opportunities won't drop in the Texas heat. Austin also topped CompTIA's list for 5-year projected growth in the tech field by that prediction. Austin will see another 22,000 tech jobs by year 2027. Okay. So again, they sat down and asked people, what they think, how they like their job. You can look at this article if you want to. They were just asking people things, and again, look at the tech people. They're just random folks in office. So this is also built in ATX. It talks about salaries. You guys can check this out right here. If you can see it, Chris, salaries by job: data scientist, operations manager, project manager, front end developer, HR management, product designer, UX designer, account executive, account manager, marketing manager, and project manager. Y'all, there's companies and websites all over here showing you who's hiring, what type of jobs, opportunity. So, Chris, tell me, what are your thoughts on all this opportunity out
So
here?
when I look at this article right here and I see the opportunities that are being presented, and you also look at the environment that we're in, the environment is in the economy. You can see people talking about it every day. It's uncertain.
Mhm.
And even though the economy is uncertain, it doesn't mean that the tech field is uncertain.
Mhm.
The tech field hasn't lost its fundamental value, meaning that there's still value in the tech industry. The differentiator is going to be this. The differentiator is going to be this. All right. Since I've been in the .com market when the market went down, the people who have credible, verifiable skills that can prove themselves in the marketplace, they're not going to have a problem in a market like this. The reason CompTIA, sometimes during a market downturn, you'll get people that are very optimistic and it won't reflect what's really going on in the marketplace. CompTIA is not, they're not wearing flower glasses and promising things just because they want to make a profit. From my understanding, they're a nonprofit. Their goal is just to put people into IT and add value to the industry. So when they're putting an article like this here, they're pretty much letting you know that the opportunities are still there. It's just that there's going to be more competition for people who are in the industry. And usually when a market downturn like this takes place, what you'll see people that have verifiable skills that, they've worked on projects. They already have been, sharpening their sword of knowledge and looking and navigating the industry, very ambitious and positioning themselves with better skills, upskilling themselves. These are the people who are going to see an opportunity like this. And notice I said opportunity, because some people are like, are going to have this pessimistic viewpoint and say, hey, look, the sky, Chicken Little, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. The sky is not falling. Okay. The sky is not falling. The sky might have fell on that guy over there, but not on me, because during the .com era, when the market went down, I actually doubled up. That's when I became a professor at a college. That's when I did system engineering contracts. At the same time, I did network engineering contracts. So during a particular time like that, those who are strong in the industry are going to become stronger. Those who are weak, they're just going to get phased out. They didn't have what it takes to be in the industry. So they're just going to get washed out.
I always tell people the easy jobs, right? Where we just show up and we really ain't got to work hard. That's over, man. You got to show some people some stats, some performance.
Mhm.
Connected to you.
You got a lot going on in the background.
I'm fixing the background noise.
You're fine. And so a lot of it is. So Taylor said she got her Security Plus certificate back in June. I didn't realize how hard this job search is. So I mean, already for Taylor, I'm gonna say, man, are we changing up our LinkedIn? Are we saying we're open, we're ready for work, we're looking to get hired? Because there's several stuff on LinkedIn they show you where you can have your app ready. Also, Taylor, did you watch the video where we just had the recruiter? I pulled out a whole segment on his alone. You should definitely check it out. We did a whole 20-minute segment on tech recruiting with our past guest from talking about Salesforce and just talking about tech in general. He used to be a tech recruiter and he saw how lucrative it was, Chris. And he said, I'm out of here going to tech. I thought that was the funniest part of his story. Like, I saw how much I was getting these people hired for. I'm out. Peace out. Get me in the door. And I'm not even hating on him. I think that's smart.
That is. You see how that works? Just being familiar with the industry,
Mm-hmm.
and he's able to say, hey, you know what? I can position myself here or there. Continue on. I think you were saying something. I interrupted you.
For sure, for sure. So, give people a little bit of your backstory. A lot of people here are new to the channel. We've had a wave
Mhm.
of new people, and I definitely want people to understand that. Talk to us, because you guys don't understand. This is literally one of my last Tech Tuesdays. I'm going on sabbatical, y'all. I'm gone. We going out to the country. We finishing up new construction. Listen, I might even try to get one of these little 90-day contract jobs to be like, I got a tech job and I'm quitting right now. I'm walking out my job, kind of thing. I want to be like that, right? Just one time. Um, Talk to us about your journey into tech and how you didn't even have a degree to get into tech. Talk to us.
That's absolutely right. So I started off, my mentor, he gave me a computer. All right. I didn't touch that thing. I literally, before I went to the military, I didn't touch it. I thought I was going to break it. I ended up going into the military, and specifically I told them, give me a job where I can teach myself technology. I didn't even know what technology was. All right. Microsoft just came out with Windows 95. Okay. That's how, that's how early it was. Like nobody even knew the potential of the industry. But nonetheless, I started going to the library. I exhausted all their books, all their videos. Ended up, the people on the base knew that they basically approached me and said, look, you know more about technology than anybody on this entire base. We have looked at your library records. That's the military for you. All right. So I ended up excelling in the military, and I was able to get some pretty good experience in the military. And after I left the military, but before I left the military, they were grooming me to be the manager over the base's technology infrastructure at such a very young age. But I transitioned from the military into, the civilian world, as they would say. And I've been a senior engineer ever since. And I did not have any degree until about 10 years into my career. And I had switched careers in between that time. That's how comfortable the industry can be, because the industry is driven by skills. It's a skill-based industry. Some people talk about, well, I don't know if I'm old enough, or, how young is too young to get into tech? Well, as far as old, that really doesn't matter. And I use the analogy several times on your platform. I tell people, if there's a fire, nobody cares how old the water is, because, when you're dealing with, when an employer is dealing with a situation where they need you to solve a technical problem, they're not going to evaluate how you're going to do it and what you look like while you're doing it. They're losing money. So your skills will fill that gap. And so there's a need there. And also, in terms of being young, CCNA candidates for the CCNA can be as old as 13 years old. So you're in a situation where there's a lot of opportunity to navigate in the industry. And that's what I did. I took advantage of it. I had nothing but an MCSE. I taught myself that in my dorm room. Okay. I took a lot of CLEP tests, which allows me to fast track through college, in which I was able to get a bachelor's degree. Combining my certifications and my CLEP tests, I got a bachelor's degree in 6 months. I've been thriving in the tech industry for over 25 years, 28 to be exact. And I'm still enjoying it, and I'm still having a lot of fun. I just been riding that wave. And I suggest other people ride the wave as well.
Man, so a lot of times people are like, oh, I need to get a bachelor's degree, and oh, this thing said all these requirements. I said, man, listen, it just did another study showing that men will have 50% of requirements and they'll apply. Women be like, I don't have 100%, can't do it. And so I keep trying to get y'all to understand it. Like, we've brought on people with one cert. We brought on people with no degrees. We brought on people with just jumping into the industry. And you're one of those examples, right?
Absolutely. Initially, I was going to be a physical therapist. I had exactly CLEPs are free in the military. Good job, DJ Cadillac. So what I did was, when I was in the military, what I did was I positioned myself so that I could get an MCSE. And once I got that certification, that's what I thrived off in my career. So you don't need a lot of education. What you need access to opportunities, and you need knowledge, because there are people in the industry that just transition in the industry just based on simply being in the right place at the right time, which is why I suggest to people, stop over evaluating the situation. You were talking about people are just looking at, the job requirements and getting a little, frustrated or overthinking it. What I typically do in a situation like that, I've told recruiters straightforwardly, I said, look, I looked at your job requirements. I don't have all this stuff right here. Let me know if your employer, if your employer still wants to interview me. When you're straightforward in situations like that, usually people are like, because nobody's going to meet every requirement. Right now I'm looking at some property, right? And I told the realtor, I said, look, here's my wish list. It looked like 100 things on the wish list. I told him, That's funny, right?
Yeah.
I just told him, look, I don't expect to have everything, but just, make it comparable. And that's how the IT industry is. You don't have to have everything. Nobody really expects the ideal candidate, because they themselves who are, reviewing you to be hired, they weren't the ideal candidate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, I went on your page over here and it's like, start your IT journey today. And so you guys definitely can check it out. I mean, the links are in the description, but it was like, I feel stuck in my career or job. You guys put a one if any of these apply to you. I feel stuck in my career or job. I want to get in IT. I just don't know how. I'm winning in IT, but I want to know, is there more I can do? How can I reach my full potential? Okay. If any of those apply to you, drop a one in the comments, because see, a lot of times people have questions and they're scared to ask, and they're going to Google different YouTube videos and keep Googling. Come in here and ask. We got people who know what's up. And so, again, he said on here, why start your journey today? Information technology, which is IT, occupations are expected to grow by 12% over the next decade. Y'all, let's just go there. IT is number one of the fastest growing industries in the United States.
Mhm.
Why? Because you need, what's the word everybody loves so much? Cybersecurity. You need somebody to make sure your bank information is secure, your data is secure, your phone works, your everything you can think of that is connected, that makes our lives easy. Somebody working at a desk messing with it. Somebody at a help desk somewhere. Somebody's at the customer service line. And a lot of times people are like, well, I just don't know. I don't know. Listen, you want a job or a career where eventually you can sit down in a chair. You dig what I'm saying? Like, can I do this from a chair? Can I do this in my pajamas? Can I do this from the house? And I mean, when I went to Apple one time, I just saw countless people in pajamas. They were in there just working in pajamas. Now, every job ain't gonna be that. Let's be very clear.
That's true.
Every job ain't gonna be that. But I think people have to start thinking long term in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, or people even looking to take that second career, right? What are some
Absolutely.
of the things you're running across as you talk to people out here, Chris?
Well, what I'm running across is, and I reiterated this again, or in other interviews, is there's two things that people want to know. I recently had a coaching call. Where do I start and what path do I take? And so, because people consistently, I mean, it doesn't matter. I've talked to people in Africa. I've talked to people, in the islands. I've talked to people in America, all over the United States. And consistently, because I take copious notes about when they give me feedback, is they're constantly asking, where do I start and what path do I take? Because a lot of the gap in IT with people is confidence. And you're talking about, hey, you might have a job where you're just sitting down. I literally took a job where I was babysitting a network and there wasn't a lot to do. Okay. Now, contrary to what somebody might be thinking, if they're not in the industry, that's not a good thing for a technology person, because you build up these skills and you don't want them just deteriorating while you're sitting there. So actually, in technology, once you got these skills, you want to apply them. So you might have a cushy job, you might want a cushy job. I'll be honest with you, you can, if you want to structure your life like that in technology, you actually can do it, and you can make good money doing it. But I wouldn't suggest it, because there's a lot of excitement just applying the technology. But I want to get past the confidence gap and let you know that you're not going to get confidence unless you do it. There's this book that I read, and it's called, basically it's about enthusiasm makes a difference, by Norman Vance Peale. And what it teaches is that you're not going to get excited about something until you learn about it. You're not going to understand why I'm excited about the tech industry until you learn about it, until you go into it, until you start experiencing it, and you'll say, wow, that's why he was on fire for that. Yeah, that's why I'm on fire for that. And then when you start getting more experience, you'll get more confidence, you'll be more successful in projects. And what'll happen is, when the market takes dips like it is right now, you won't other people will feel uncertain, but you know that you've done the groundwork, you have the right foundation, you know how you're going to start, and you know the path that you're going to take. And when you act in that type of faith with vision, and you keep working at it, what's going to happen is the people who didn't have a plan, what they're going to do is going to fall by the wayside, and you're going to just continue strategically aiming towards your goal. And one of my mentors said, if you put 100%, he said, I've never seen anybody put 100% at something and not succeed. And I agree with him.
So I'm muting myself here. Hey, so yes, so listen, you guys, Check out his site. I love how you did this here from the comments, all the testimonials, all the people saying, man, this has been so helpful. You guys got to understand that, like, you have to be passionate about something. A lot of people say, hey, I just want to work a little bit. I just want to get a job, get a check, go home. I don't care about all this stuff. And I feel like that's such a waste of your brain power. It's such a waste of your brain power. You want to get in something that's engaging, challenges you, you learn new things, you meet new people. That can be tech if you want it to be. A lot of times people get really nervous about math. You know, we get that question all the time. We're, what, does it got a lot of math? I don't want a lot of math, Eric. I'll be like, y'all, take a deep breath on the math now. Are there careers without math, Chris?
Yes, there is. You gotta understand something. Tech is not college. You understand? When you're on a job and you're solving a problem, I'll tell you, I just actually came from an emergency visit to the dentist. Okay. Like something happened with you, whatever the filling. And you know what I did? I went to Google and I said, how to hack a filling, right? So when you're working at your job, now I don't know anything about dentistry, but I do know Google, right? So when you're working at your job and you already have intelligence on how to do your job, you start searching these search engines and figuring out like error codes, you'll be able to figure things out. You don't have to be sitting there wondering what's going to happen or how do I do this? There's just simple solutions to these problems. It's not that complex. And in terms of having math, I mean, I was a network engineer. I asked this mathematician, I said, how in the world was I able to thrive in the technology industry when I don't have a lot of math experience? And the mathematician told me, he said, look, Chris, look, math, the programmatic math that you do, you're writing out the problems. He said that is to give people the logic behind the math. And what I was able to develop just by doing technology, I developed the logic. And he said, you succeeded in tech because the output of the math is so that you can think logically and solve problems, strategically and in a particular sequence and able to, think critically. And so all these attributes, some people already have, some people already have these attributes. So if you already have these attributes, you may not even know that you have them, which this is why I suggest people figure out what you can bring to the tech industry instead of just jumping into the tech industry and saying what the tech industry can do for me. Because when you know who you are, you know what you can provide, and then you'll know your value, and you won't have to wonder, will I lose my job?
Mm-hmm.
You'll end up being a linchpin.
So just a prime example on the article built in Austin. This is also a job search engine. Over 279 companies posted over 4,000 jobs in here. So you see, you got content, data analytics, design, and dev, engineer, finance, product. So a lot of times, what people got to understand is the reason I recommend Chris so much is you guys get to have a conversation with him. You can book time with him to kind of understand which pathway is yours or the best way to yours. So again, you see, look right here. This is the perfect part. It says in office plus remote. Right? What are you looking for? Some people are going to just hit remote, right?
Exactly.
Now, on this thing, I was able to scroll down and see so many opportunities. And this, again, these aren't one of my sponsors. I just like the way the website was. Okay. And again, recruiter for Indeed, Flex, right? Like there's so many different opportunities that you wouldn't think of. This person right here, just to get you guys to understand, service desk admin, Wednesday through Saturday, 3 p.m. to 2 a.m., right? Mountain time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just all kind of different opportunities that you don't even think of that would apply to stuff. Cloud support consultant, data analyst, strategic partner, project manager, you name it. Again, listen, they show you all these different companies. Like, look at their company photos, and they have 17 jobs or they have 90 jobs. And again, these companies are all sizes. A lot of people think they're going to go somewhere, Chris, and it's like 1,000 people and no one's going to know their name and they're just going to be hurt. Look at this. Y'all, like all these companies, all kinds of sizes. All right. So I saw some questions in there, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick and pull a few of them. This person said, hey, I'm a program manager in aerospace industry. What would you recommend as a certification for a PM to manage program / slope related to IT and cybersecurity? She gave you a heavy one there. I'm gonna let you read it for yourself. Yeah.
That's pretty heavy, but you know what? I've done the heavy lifting, and I'll explain that to you. Essentially what I did was I've done about 10,000 hours of research on about 35 popular certifications. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have coaching calls that are beyond just coaching. They're going to be strategic. And what I'm going to do is just basically pull from this information. And you look like somebody who would really benefit from that, because I've analyzed all these certifications, meaning I've looked at the entire thread. I mean, I can tell you where to start and where to end, and you'll know once I finish this, this is what I'll get. And that's so you're really more looking for a strategic coaching session, not just a coaching session. So what I would tell you is contact me. I haven't published this information yet, but I see where you're going, and what you need is you're sort of asking for a pathway as well. And what I would do is I would create a pathway from all of the information and the research that I've done. And I'll show you, just basically different certifications that you can take, but I would need to know, where do you want to go? Because I can show you a whole bunch of certifications, but where do you want to go? You might not want to be the CTO. You might just want to be a director. You might just want to remain a program manager. So it depends on where you want to go. And then, when I meet with you, then I'll be able to explain to you what certifications you can add, because there are certifications out there if you wanted to be a CTO.
So another big thing for people to understand is, like, there's so many careers, there's so many jobs out here. A lot of times you have to understand, like, one of the big things I do when I get on the phone with people careers, I go, what is it you're currently doing and what is it you want to be doing? Right? Because if you like, people can type up, hey man, da, 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 I want to do this. Then we start talking to them. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, would you typed up this thing? No, Dr. Dix, we'll save you for another day. They go, oh, I want to do this thing or do that thing. And so that's why I'm always very clear. Like, you got to ask people, right? So here's a good one right here. She said, with little or no experience, where should I start in tech? I'm gonna mute myself and you go ahead and take it over for a second. Okay.
Okay. So I just came from a CompTIA Partner Summit conference, and these are the discussions that a lot of tech leaders are having, which is, how do we get people into tech? Because as Ericka was alluding to, there is a lot of job descriptions that are out there. And when you're inundated with all that information, that can be a little intimidating. And so that's why you want somebody that can stand in front of you, a mentor or a coach, or somebody who can actually guide you through something like this. So with little or no experience, where should you start in tech? What I'm developing now is basically like a sort of like a behavioral survey that would be able to look at certain patterns and trends and traits in the people, and just make it so that you can, click a couple of buttons and then get an understanding as far as where in tech would be a good fit for you. Because if I tell you, hey, start here, then you may not need to start there, because another thing that goes into it is there's several ingredients. One of the ingredients, or several ingredients, is this. For example, what is your past education? Do you have any education background? Do you have any college experience? Do you have any work experience? If so, what is that work experience? What I like to promote is the 5 levels basically in tech, which is 1, get an understanding of the industry. And that's what I did with the Fast Track to IT program. I give you an understanding of the industry by telling you different roles and different responsibilities and the opportunities and salaries and things of that nature, different type of degrees that you can get, different type of certifications you can get, how you can mix it up and level up your career. Level 2 is this. Level 2 is get general skills, meaning get a general understanding of different tech areas. Like, if you know that you're going to be a network engineer, you still need to understand cybersecurity. You still need to understand security. You still need to understand systems engineering. You still need to understand, programming or some sort of software development language. And then the third is get yourself a single skill. Once you have a single skill, then you differentiate yourself from the other people in the industry. And then the 4th level would be you make an industry contribution because you're so successful as an individual contributor. And then you develop something like I did with Jumpstart IT Academy, and you start building industries, or you start building companies. And then the 5th level is you being charitable because your company went, you had an IPO and you're going to invite me to the party, right? So where should you start with tech with little or no experience? I say that's a good conversation for a coaching call, because I would need to know who you are, where you're coming from, what your background is. Because the reason I create the Fast Track to IT program, because when I know who you are, I can fast track you through IT. Because one plan for somebody might slow them down. Another plan for another person might speed them up. So my job is to make sure you can speed up by looking at holistically all of you, And then basically, since I have 28 years in the tech industry, I can be able to look at the industry and look at all of you and say, hey, you know what? This is the industry that I would go into. This is the job that I would consider. These are the certifications I would consider. This is the degree that I would consider. And then you'll know where to start, and then you know what path to take, because those are the two things that are going to cause you to have a long career. You're going to have longevity in your career. It will not just survive, it'll thrive. And that's important for times of uncertainty, like right now in the economy.
Y'all know I had to get that good old water over here. I didn't want to be choking on camera. I was like, oh, help me, Lord. Taking me down. Okay, now, Chris, you said some really amazing stuff. I want to thank you on that. Again, DK had, how do I find like recruiters or jobs? Like, what's the best way, Chris?
Well, I mean, you can just type in, like, if you're looking for recruiters, you just basically go into Google, top IT recruiters in, whatever area you're in. What's the best way to find jobs? You go to some of the top job boards out there, check Indeed, check LinkedIn, go to different job boards out there. And I get so many jobs and I'm not even vying for a job. They're like, hey, be a director of IT downtown Los Angeles, and I'm not even looking for a job, but I had so many relationships that I built with all these different tech recruiters in the past, and that they know my background and my experience, so they get jobs. So I just want you to know that once you get out there, you got to understand there is a demand for whatever skill that you have, reasonably being that you got skills that are in demand. Since there's demand for those skills, the recruiters are there to match the employer with the technology resource that has those skills. So be confident in knowing they need what I have. You know what I mean? Stop approaching the tech industry like, oh, please, give me a job. No, they're over there going,
you want me, baby?
This problem. They need
look,
you.
I'm not Otis. Ain't nobody here to see you, Otis. I'm roughing. I got the IT skills. You need me, baby.
That's right.
It's not the other way around. Y'all got to come in confident. Okay. Nadia says she'll reach out to you. Thank you so much. She have a bachelor's and a master's in engineering. Congratulations. Hey, man.
Yeah, you're set.
You're set. Okay. Smart Money Chick TV said, what about over 50 returning to tech with a CCNA? Want to work from home or hybrid?
Okay. You could have said, what about being 50 and returning to tech with a MCSE, with a, whatever Microsoft, with an Azure, with an AWS cloud. It depends on what your goal is, because you're saying with a CCNA, well, what are your budget? I mean, not budget. What are your salary expectations? CCNA might not be it for you. You understand? You might need to become a blockchain developer because you want to make 190, 200,000. What's your goal? What's your salary goals? What's your end goal for where you want to go in your career? And why did you select CCNA? So if you do tell me straightforwardly, yeah, this is what I want to do with CCNA. What about returning to tech over 50? Go get it. I mean, there's opportunities out there. Nobody's looking at how old you are. I'm going to say it again. Nobody cares how old you are. Look, if I have a problem and I need it solved, I don't care if a 2-year-old can solve the problem. I don't care if a 100-year-old person can solve the problem. I just need the problem solved. And that's how employers view employers or employees in the tech industry. And so if you want to work from home, you can work from home. Okay, there's opportunities where you can work from home with a CCNA, but if you don't have that hands-on experience, you may end up in a situation where you need to do help desk. Because I don't know if you have any background in tech. Maybe you have background in tech. So if I was talking to you, if you have background in tech, then I would just leverage that experience to figure out how to, level you up or fast track you to whatever your goal or destination, whatever you vision for your career.
Okay, we got some good ones in here. We got some good. Y'all, look at y'all. Listen, thank you so much. Financial Hawks, $10 super chat. Learned a lot in these Tech Tuesdays. Looking forward to come in 2023. Thank you for supporting the channel. We try to bring the great information on for the people so that they can get the information they want. Now, again, man, there's so many journey to Jasmine. I will see you at the boat party. This is a good one. This is good. Let's talk about it. She says, I want to be in IT in a meaningful way. I have a liberal arts degree, worked since then, currently in tech sales, but I'm not feeling it. Just got PMP cert and want to align with tech. How do I pivot? Ooh, That's a good one.
Yeah. So I have a question, and then I'll give you, my insight. Want to figure out what we're doing in tech sales, because that may have given you exposure to technology that when you're presenting yourself as a project manager, you can say, well, I used to sell this technology. And if you can generally understand how it works, just even from a salesperson perspective, then what you'll do is you'll be able to sell them on the fact that I have these project management skills, I have sales skills, and I understand generally this technology, because these are non-technical roles, sales, PMP. So if you just say that you have a working knowledge of this information, then you'll be able to sell yourself as a project manager. And when you get say you got your PMP, but how do you align it in tech and pivot? What I would do is this, in terms of getting those opportunities, start looking at companies that are in sales. I mean, if you're already in sales, say, hey, I was in sales, like, I don't know, Salesforce, right? Contact them. They're probably looking for project managers. Look at sales organizations that are already, working on different types of projects. Or what you want to do is, if you can't get that project management experience, start managing projects in your house. And I know it sounds funny, but literally that's how I got my project management experience. And I got hired by, a Fortune 100 company after I got that knowledge. And I didn't have a PMP. Okay. All right. So what I did was, when I was going to go buy a car, I created a project charter. When I created my project charter, I created all these, measurements of success. I put all the details, and I put the deliverables out there. I created a work breakdown structure. I did all that jazz. Okay. So when I went into a meeting, I was able to talk their language, and they gave me an opportunity. Now, in your situation, you may not be able to, level up like I did, but what you can do is, I leverage, like 20 years of experience to do that. But what you can do is volunteer your skills to a nonprofit or something like that. They need resources like that. So always look for opportunities where you can do this for free, because if you'll do it for free and you're doing it, people are going to pay you to be a project manager. So just keep that in mind and stop thinking, oh, I need to get paid. I need to get paid. No, do it for free. You'll be surprised. They'll probably put you in a pretty good position after you're done, because they won't want to let you go.
Also, too, listen, they out here hiring. Look, Kamala said we need 500,000 HB1 visas. Somebody's willing to take a chance on you, Journey to Jasmine, and I'll definitely see you Friday, and we're gonna take a picture. We're gonna snap it up, because I love using your testimony for tech. I'm like, she got the tech, yo. She gonna switch it up. She gonna make money. All right, here's look, we got some good questions in here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, let me go finish up Journey to Jasmine's second part of her post, and then I'll go to the next one. She said, sold an AI-based keep in touch platform to business owners, specifically insurance agents and financial firms. Interesting.
Bingo.
Okay.
Right. So what I would do if I were you, and I partner with a company to bring AI courses to the Jumpstart IT Academy community platform, but I'm still putting that together. But what I would do is get yourself some knowledge get yourself maybe an AI certification. And then once you get the AI certification, you can say, hey, I was selling AI products. I got this AI certification, and then start looking at AI projects that need to be managed. Are AI companies that are looking for project managers, because obviously everybody needs a project manager. I never seen a house that didn't need water. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs project manager, because here's an understanding of the industry. You have operations, which handles the day-to-day activities in technology. And then you have implementation teams, which basically handle the projects that have beginning and end. You're always going to have projects, because what happens in the projects goes into operations. Okay. So you're always going to need project managers to manage these projects that go into operations. You're needed. Just package yourself in a way where you can sell those skills to the technology marketplace.
That sounds good. Listen, Chris, you do know I'm coming out to LA for a meetup out there at the end of September, right?
No, I didn't.
I am. So you better be in the place. Listen, I know you out there driving around your Lambo, but when you get a chance, come see me. Come see me. I'm going to come out. Last time I went out there, you all, we had 80 people show up, and I didn't get to speak to everybody, and I apologize. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to find a better location. I got some LA folks out there who are going to take real good care of us, because they're real estate agents. They like to show off. They got to stunt on them. So yeah,
let's be in LA
for sure. So I'll be in LA here at the end of September. I'll have more details probably like in a week or so that I'll post. But the same thing with Panama. Panama tickets go live tomorrow. Only gonna have 45 slots, y'all. We ain't taking everybody and their mama to Panama. We ain't doing it. We gonna have a good time. All right. So this is from D. She says, I have a BS degree in accounting and I want to transition into tech. Is it advisable to get a MS? Okay, girl, you're doing lots of school here. MS in cybersecurity or get a certificate? Or should I just try data analytics or UX? Now, this is a complicated question. So I'm going to
Yeah.
pause myself and let you go ahead and answer it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Go ahead. Answer for us, Chris.
So I would recommend that you get a coaching call for a question like this. But seeing that you do have a BS degree in accounting, okay, I mean, you already position yourself because a lot of job requirements, one of the entry barriers is a degree. So you've already done that. Being that you can overcome entry barriers, you have value in the job marketplace just in general. Now, you say you want to transition into tech. So my question would be, what is it that you want to do to tech or do in what do you want to do in the technology industry? And I can see that you're bringing value. Why do you want to get an MS in cybersecurity? You see, what is your, it's just like investing. What's your time horizon? Because if you want to get an MS degree or MS in cybersecurity, that is going to take a while. That might take 2 or 3 years. A certification, like I said, I succeeded in the tech industry for 10 years without any degree. I could have kept going. The only reason I got a degree is because I knew that as I got older, I may want to pivot into a non-technical role, such as a director, VP, or whatever, president of a company. That's the only reason that I went and got an MBA. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. In the tech industry, the real skills are basically experience, and the validation of skills is a certification if you need to overcome entry barriers. So if your time horizon is long and you're just in love with cybersecurity, hey, MS in cybersecurity is the way to go. But you said, should you get a certificate? You can get a certificate. Some people are getting certificates and making, upwards $50,000 to $100,000. So, you might get an MS in cybersecurity, and that knowledge may have already expired by the time you graduated. And then you say, well, should I go into data analytics or UX design? You're hopping around. So I don't know which one are you, why did you choose these, and which one are you more connected to that you want to do? Because you're going to spend a lot of time doing this and you don't want to burn out.
I love it. Love it. Sounds like coaching calls, don't it, Chris? It sounds like we need some coaching calls in the building.
Yeah, these are basically coaching
Y'all
calls.
go ahead and book them coaching calls. Look, I'm gonna use all these snippets for the gram, for YouTube, but these dag near coaching calls. All right, thank you for $20. Concur. I don't want to say it wrong. Just a shout out to Chris and Ericka. I took his course and landed an entry level position in IT without any certifications. Wow. Boom, boom, wow. Boom. Hit the cannon. Hit the cannon. Okay. So let me read that again, you guys. He took Chris's courses and landed an entry level position in IT without any certifications. Thanks again. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Listen, you rich now. You rich now. You do what you want to do with your money. Thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Exactly. Throw the money in the air. Let me see. There's more. Can't wait to see you Friday. Think we do Project Manager. Well, I can't wait to see you as Friday as well. Listen, we're going to be at a winery for hours. The charter bus going to pick y'all up. We're going to be out there. Listen, did y'all submit your songs? Make sure you check your emails with the live band. They ask, hey, what songs y'all want to hear? They're going to whip it up live. So you guys are going to enjoy it. Let me see. Okay. And it says, I do it for a nonprofit currently, but they can't pay currently. Much appreciate for this vital information. So she on it, man. I'm telling you, listen, you guys are so helpful to each other in the chat too. I love that. Journey to Jasmine, look for roles in IT and cyber audit. Your PM skills will definitely translate because you need to scope and plan audits as we. Okay. Good. He said Black Tech Old Head. What a name. That's a name right there.
Good guys, we got like 40 years of experience in tech.
Yeah. What you say there, Chuck? What you say there? Thank you for $1, DZ. D-Ice Elite. This is another one. Is a boot camp a bad place to start? I'm trying to start in tech soon.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're a quick learner, then I advise boot camps. Me myself, I don't learn well in boot camps. Boot camps, here, learning on your own or learning in a college environment or academic environment that you're just drinking from a cup. Mm-hmm. When you learn in a boot camp, sometimes it can be like drinking from the fire hose. So usually when I do go to boot camps, now I taught boot camps. CCNA boot camps, and I've gone to Cisco boot camps. But the difference between me and somebody starting off is that I prep myself before I go to the boot camp. Like I was test ready before I went to a boot camp. So the boot camp I use as a refinement tool, just fine tuning myself, being around other engineers, doing the labs with somebody live who can actually correct my errors and give me insight into the test and different things that I need to know based on their experience. But when I go to boot camps, I'm already beefed up. I already know what I'm going to be doing. I already know the information, but you're going to go, you probably not know the language that they're using. You don't understand the purpose of it, how it interconnects with other stuff. So just be careful when you choose boot camps. I don't give a thumbs down for boot camps. I give a thumbs up, but it depends on the individual.
Very much so. Very much. Know yourself, know your learning skills. I went to Barnes and Noble, y'all, picked up one of them tech books. I said, let me put this right back. This ain't how we learn. We always have learned our whole life through audio and video and visual. Now I love reading, but I like reading fiction where it's like she ran through the forest and climbed on the mountaintop. You're like, yes. I don't like reading. This is very boring tech book. No, I don't like reading those. So know your learning style. Chris probably like this girl a fool. Journey to 1,000. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope it helps. Here's another one right here. I have my master's degree. Congratulations in nursing informatics. So far, I'm finding it difficult to find entry level positions. What certification can I add to make myself more marketable in the IT space, Chris? What can she do?
I would suggest a coaching call, a strategic coaching call, because what I'll do in this call, like I said, I'll go over all those certifications and I can look specifically at what it is that you're looking to do, a certification that would position you so that you can get the most out of that master's degree in nursing informatics. I would also look at the industries that you worked in and give you insight as far as how you can leverage that past industry experience and go directly into those industries. That's how I teach people to get into tech. People come to me and are like, hey, I worked at, this grocery store and then I flip burgers. I'm like, I'm excited. Why? Because you're hearing flipping burgers and grocery store. I'm hearing, okay, you worked in retail. You get my point. And I'm just going to tell you, once you get these tech skills, go back to the retail. The industries respect you, even if you're flipping burgers or working in a grocery store. You just don't, you don't get it. But that's what I'm here to tell you is that, if you were taking out trash at the FBI or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you were working at a government taking out trash, they're going to be like, oh, so he's working in government.
Listen, y'all, HEB is a grocery store, but it's the number one grocery store, number one company hire in Texas. They have a whole division of internet, cyber security protections, internet, everything. Right. And a lot of times people are like, oh, I used to work at HEB as a kid, as a cashier. Okay, well, you've been in the system. Now you already know. Come back with more degrees, right? I met people who had HR, all kind of stuff. A lot of these companies have countless jobs. Same thing when people talk about the military. I'll be like, Army's got like 700 jobs, baby. What did you do? I was a cook. You didn't pick none of the other 699 jobs. Like there's a ton of jobs out there. They out here, okay? Here's this one. And again, we told you guys age does not matter. But I'll let you look. Thank you, Greg Whiteman, for the $2 super chat. I have a BS in cybersecurity. I'm 60 years old. Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. What I would say to you is like, if you have these misgivings, that's your perception. That's your perception of yourself. The industry doesn't perceive you that as being weak because you're older. They'll perceive you as adding more value because you're older. Because what you need to understand is there's a lot of beef in between these departments. And if you're an older person, you'll be able to kind of squelch some of these, rivalries, within departments. Business is not getting along with, operations. Well, Greg Whiteman, you come in there, you're 60, you're poised, you already understand human nature and you can just be a peacemaker. So you might come in as a project manager. You might come in as sales. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of value that you have just with your life experience. And, maybe you want to do training. If you feel like, hey, I'm 60, I really don't want to get into the mix of all the corporate politics. Well, why don't you develop a skill set and get a certification and become a trainer so that you can train and hold your own workshops, and you can create a business from that. Instructors make good money. They do boot camps. I did them, and in my boot camps, this is in early 2000, $3,000 just to sit in a seat in my class. The early 2000s.
So part of what I want people to understand this too is nurses. I have several family members who are in healthcare. They get older. You know what they say? I'm about to go teach. I ain't got time to be on the floor messing with you young people. I'm gonna go teach. Like, there's countless positions and moves out here, y'all. You gotta be. You don't. Again, it's all. I hate to say age is just a number, it's just a construct, because it gets you with them weird dudes over there. But I mean, age is just a number when it comes to new careers, new opportunities. I meet people all the time. I had a consulting call with a woman. She was 75. I would have never known, Chris. She was talking about. I thought she was in her 50s. Now, black don't crack, but I was like, girl, look at you, just out here living. What if y'all lived to 90? Have y'all seen some of them people in Japan living to 90, 100 years old? 50 ain't nothing, man. It's all in your head. So again, last one.
Can I add one more to that one?
You sure can.
Okay, so I worked at this Fortune 50 company. It's like a Fortune 10 company. And we were working on a project, and there was some technology there that the guy who knew it, he was gone. You understand that? He understood other environments as well, not just that technology. This guy was 85. They brought him back and paid him heavy money to help us. Okay, so they did not care that he was 85. They just cared that he can come help us, and we needed the help.
Y'all just need to turn on a tape recorder and record old boy all day. Just what he doing? I told y'all one time I went to a place for get my semi truck repaired, and they got stuck. It was like 3 young Hispanic men. They couldn't figure out how to do this thing on the computer. They were stuck. And here come this like 70-year-old white man sashaying around the corner. Y'all stuck? Y'all need help? And then he said, get up out the chair. So they get out the chair. They not paying attention because he moving slow. Then he just do a couple click, 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 click. And he's like, there it is, honey, you done. And I said, now, see, y'all not paying attention. Old boy just got his job security. Okay. He was doing it. And you guys, all y'all had to do was just pay attention. And so a lot of times y'all got to understand a lot of people, again, if you have a certain skill, they need you, they want you, they gonna pay you. That's really the key of it. And so Sarah says some of the same stuff. She's been out of the job market 7 years. She doesn't know where to start. Kick it off, Chris. Tell her what she can do, and then we're gonna check over your page one more time and wrap it on up.
All right. So you'll notice that these questions, they're not really technology questions or technology industry questions. They're masked as technology industry questions. It's really a confidence gap. And that's what I'm here for. So these are confidence gaps. You need to understand that, and I'll reiterate it. They demand these skills. They need people who have these skills. Tool yourself to meet what is demanded, and then you'll be the supply that meets the demand. And you don't have to worry about how you feel, because look at yourself from the employer's perspective. This is how they feel. They feel like they have technology problems and projects that are either stuck in the pipeline, slow, and they're actually competing for technology resources. So I want you to understand that. Just be confident to know there's opportunity out there. You just have to position yourself for that opportunity by building up your skills. Like I said, the 5 levels. Understand how the industry works. Understand general skills. And then find one skill and focus on that one skill. And then you'll be able to navigate the industry very easily. And you'll know where the money is. You'll know where to level up. Even if you start off with a techie position, like I did, you may want to switch over and go into something non-technical, like project management or sales or something like that. But you wouldn't have known that if you didn't get in the industry. So just get in and just let these myths that you have be demystified in this conversation, to understand that I've been in the industry 28 years. You saw someone that took my course, and after taking my course, he didn't have any degrees. I think he said he had no certifications, but there's one key thing that he did have. He understood the industry, and he had confidence because he understands that these job boards, they be putting up all these, you got to have this, you got to be able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, all this stuff. I can't do all that, but it's one thing right here, I could do that. And they're like, go get that guy. And that's how it works. And sometimes you'll be in a position where they need somebody to transition to a department and they're willing to take you and train you with $10,000. That's just how the industry works. And you went right from the mailroom and now you're sitting over here solving cybersecurity problems, after you spent the company's money, $10,000 cybersecurity course, simply because they were like, hey, Sarah, she seemed to be interested in cybersecurity. That's how the industry works.
I keep telling y'all they need these write-offs. They need every one of these tax write-offs. So if they willing to pay for your school, let them pay for it. Okay. One more time, I want to thank today's sponsor of our Tech Tuesday. He's really our sponsor for the Tech Tuesday rest of the year because technically this is the last one. I got maybe
in an
one
IT
more.
role, most likely you're going to have some type of education. That education can come from degrees or even certifications. Speaking of certifications, over at itmagically.com, our Zero to Hero bundle is still enrolling, helping people get 7 certifications, 3 of the certifications being some of the most popular certifications in the industry. So if you're looking for some training online, got vouchers, hundreds of damn testimonials, helped out a bunch of people, head over to itmagically.com.
So again, y'all, the choice at this point is everybody that's watching this, everybody who's going to watch this after this renders, all these people, listen, come on. Okay. So again, hey, Chris, tell them where they can find you on the online, on the internet, on the interwebs. Where can they find you? How can they get access to you? Where be at? Because you got some courses here. You got coaching sessions.
Yes, I do.
You got career services.
Yes, I do. So you can get coaching. You can take courses. You can go to jumpstartitacademy.com. Ericka has a coupon code. You get 70% off for her audience. You can find me on Instagram, and you can go to at Jumpstart IT Academy. You can find us on go subscribe on YouTube, where I put out different videos. I just took a trip to Chicago with the CompTIA Partner Summit. And you can go ahead and I did just a quick review of that. And there's a lot of good information in video on YouTube. So Jumpstart IT Academy on YouTube. And you can connect with us on Facebook as well.
I love it. I put the link for his in there inside the course. Oh, wait, we got another super chat. Thank you so much. Master IT, is there a smaller bundle or cert, or is there a direct email advance? I can't find your site. If Master IT is in the chat, it is masteриtkey.com. It'll be in our description. It'll be tagged in this. Chris and Master IT will be tagged in the top comment once this video renders, and they'll be in the description. So Chris, man, listen, thank you. Listen, I be telling people to go look for you on the internet, on the Instagrams, but you be out there in the Lambo. You don't be posting on the internet like that. So I tell them, just come find you over here on YouTube. You posted some good videos here and there, and find you on your website. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. Want to make sure.
And if you do come out in LA, you might see me in a Lambo. It might not be mine.
Listen, I might have to rent a Porsche myself just to be like for the gram. Like while in LA, scared to drive it anywhere because somebody might hit it and I get to pay my insurance. But thank you, Dre Harden. Again, all these links will be in the description. All right, and it will also be in the comment section. So again, Chris, what are some things you're looking forward to for the rest of the year and also next year in tech? If you could let us know just a little bit.
I'm excited about what Jumpstart IT Academy is getting into. We're going to create some packages introducing technology courses. So you'll be able to get those general skills. Plus, you'll be able to get the skills that you need to start and the skills that you need to have a path. So what I'm going to do is put together packages where you can take technology courses, and I can have strategic coaching sessions with you. And in these sessions, what I'm going to do is go through all that 10,000 hours of research with 35 plus certifications and be able to match the starting point where you want to start and where you want to go. And so you'll pretty much have a technology roadmap for your technology career, because my goal is to create tomorrow's technology leaders today. And that's the goal of Jumpstart IT Academy. So it starts with you. I don't care whether you have degrees, whether you have certifications, or whether you have no experience. My goal is to take you from scratch like I did and take you to where you want to go in tech, which is you want to be a business owner in tech. Well, let's go there. Okay.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much for your time today, Chris. It's always a pleasure. Y'all, he out there living his fabulous life in the California. Like, I just want y'all to understand, when people live good in California, you be like, hold up, what? They making money. Okay. So listen, 20 years in tech. He's got great website. Go check on his website. Go book a call with him. Let him answer all them questions. Because we're gonna chop up every one of them snippets because those were coaching level conversations there. So anyway, Chris, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. You guys, we're on maybe what 14 days or less. Maybe we're like 11 days. So we would go to hiatus. Please get all the videos you can out of me, baby, because we selling off. Anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classy Climb Blog. Have a wonderful evening. Hold on, Chris.